Hello everyone. I know it's pretty late in the season, but today I want to show you how to make this beautiful fall table display or wreath out of foraged and recycled materials. So let's get started. For this project, you will need a pencil and scissors. You will need some recycled brown bags. I used about 4. You will need a few recycled melon carton cups. I found mine at Aldi's. You'll also need an egg carton. This one has rounded cups. You will need dried leaves, twigs, sticks, barks, pine cones, seeds, seed pods, shells. You will also need some watercolor paints and a brush, some glue, and a large piece of recycled cardboard, depending on the size you want. To begin, I used this chopping board as a guide to draw the inner circle, then I freehand the outer circle. Now grab your scissors or an X-Acto knife and score the circle. I don't push through yet, as I don't want to scratch my table. Now lift it and cut through the cardboard until the circle comes free. Then do the same for the inner circle. Now rip off the handles of the brown bag and cut the sides of the bag off. You'll be left with one long piece. Now fold that cut piece lengthwise and then twist it into a vine-looking rope. I needed about 3 bags for this project. Grab your glue gun or craft glue and glue the vines across the edge of the inner circle, whilst also twisting as you glue, and push down. And this is how it should look like. Now cut and trim your melon carton cups so that it sits flat. These are going to be the pumpkins. And then stab and cut the center about 1 inch in length to fit the stems. Now cut and trim your egg carton cups. These will be for the mushrooms, so trim according to the size you want. To paint the mushroom tops, I use yellow ochre, and then lemon yellow along the edges, and then some brown in the center. For traditional orange pumpkin, I first used some red orange for the base, then some ochre along the sides. Then I painted over it with some orange. I added some yellow and some white highlights. Here I painted a few different types of pumpkins and some mushrooms of different sizes. Now for the stem, cut the front piece of the brown bag into a small square, then into a kind of triangle. Then fold it and twist, leaving the thicker side flat to insert into the pumpkin. Don't forget to glue the stem on the inner side of the pumpkin. I then painted the base brown, and once dried, I started to glue on the pumpkins. Then I gradually glued on some leaves. I then glued on some thicker pieces of tree bark, so make sure to use enough glue and to apply enough pressure. Then I added dry moss, and for the mushrooms, I just glued the tops onto a stick and then glued it in place. I glued some ivory leaves on the stems of the pumpkins. My kids also went ahead and painted their own pumpkins, and they then painted the inside piece of the display that I had cut out. Once dried, I flipped it over and glued the handle of the brown bag on the back, and glued a paper vine around the edge. Then I glued on each kid's pumpkin onto the section that they had painted, and now we have a beautiful wall display. This activity was a bit time-consuming, but also super easy and fun. You could easily mount this table display if you add a handle to the back. Also, instead of pumpkins, you could turn the melon holder cups into larger mushrooms. Check out the tutorial on my channel where my kids and I make some. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Check out my Autumn Craft playlist. And as always, thanks for watching.